Hello viewers, welcome to Ekam Academy. Today we are going to discuss about delisting of monuments as announced by Archaeological Survey of India. So what is meaning of delisting? So why they are going to delist and what will be the impact of these monuments if once they are delisted, and we'll know about Archaeological Survey of India in detail also, because if you have remembered in the same year we have Archaeological Survey of India so much in news because of different mosque and Nanvapi, you have Gyanvapi Masjid. Archaeological survey played a major role no, in finding out whether there is a masjid or temple. And with respect to different things, okay, archaeological survey is again in news. And because of this delisting also, in the recent time it was in news. So before that, one thing we need to know is why in every exam, in any exam, if you see, in any competitive exam, we have to study history. Why? Already completed things, why we need to know the things about history and all, because it is very much important, right? Why? Because what is the situation at that time, and what are the level of what is the level of technology, what is the level of development, or what type of society we have, what type of religion we have. So first question is why we need to study about history, because when we know the past things, okay, we can make the best of those past things and we can inculcate them in the present and we can use it in the future also. And normally if you see, always there will be progress in the society, so you have to take and you have to know about the past things also. That is why history will be part of any subject in any competitive exam syllabus. So next, what is a source of history? So this is the main thing which we need to know, no? How we are knowing the things which have happened 500 years back or 1000 years back or more. So how we are knowing the things means through different texts. Okay, so at that time, what are the religious texts or the texts written by any travelers or some other persons, kings or the poets who are associated with kings and all. So if they have authored any text, from them we can get some information. Other ways, inscriptions also we have. Inscriptions means stone inscriptions or something which are embedded on leaves also, or some copper plates also, you can see sometimes in excavations these things will be coming out, no? So in excavations means who will be interested to excavate these historical things and important things means it is Archaeological Survey of India. Then other source we have is coins, right? Coins. So the coins of the previous periods like ancient, medieval, modern. So these coins also will reflect what is a society and what type of practices were existed at that point of time. And then other source we have is architectural or archaeological monuments. Archaeological monuments or the places, these play an important role in knowing the historical things, right? So archaeological monuments means it can be in the form of temples, or it can be in the form of any places of worship or palace, or you can say forts, or even whatever the things. Okay, so these all the things which are constructed in the previous historical times, those things, those remnants will show what is the level of society at that time, how much development they are having. So these are the sources we have in history to know about the lifestyle, what is existing at that point of time, and many other things. Okay, so now why these archaeological monuments are there and why they have to be preserved is the question we have already looked into, right? So archaeological monuments reflect what is the history and what type of things we have in the past. So it is very much important to conserve them also. And if you have remembered, in our Indian Constitution, in Directive Principles of State Policy also, we have one provision with respect to these things. Okay, what is that article? If you know, answer in the comment section. Then let's start. What is the discussion today? We are going to discuss about delisting of lost monuments by Archaeological Survey of India. So why it is in news, what are the centrally protected monuments and what are the benefits they have, and what is the role of Archaeological Survey of India, and what is the meaning of delisting of monuments, and what will be its impact. Okay, then what are these untraceable monuments? So there is another term which you need to know, and then we'll look into the what is the way forward for this issue. So this forms part of GS paper 2 in governance section. So why it is in news means Archaeological Survey has announced, or it has decided to delist or declassify 18 monuments which were previously given protected status. Protected status means if they're having some historical importance or national importance, so they are conserved previously, they were conserved previously by Archaeological Survey of India. But now why they're delisting these monuments means they have diminished, means they don't have any remnants left. Okay, so it is very difficult, as there is no remnant, you cannot preserve it and you cannot make it sustainable, okay, for long. That is why they have started delisting these monuments, means they're removing from the list of monuments of national importance or historical importance. So now they're delisting these monuments. This is why it is in news. Now let us look into what are these centrally protected monuments which are getting delisted. So first thing we need to know is there is one act under which this Archaeological Survey of India was established. Okay, this was not established right in 1958 itself. It was established in 1861 during British time only. And if you know who is the first Director General of this Archaeological Survey of India, try to answer in the comment section. Okay, we'll look into the historical aspects of Archaeological Survey in a while. But now, as of now, in the Act, okay, so as per the Act, also this Archaeological Survey of India is having statutory backing because it is having its powers from this particular act. Along with another act is also there, like Antiquities Act in 1960s we have. So with respect to that also, Archaeological Survey of India has some provisions, okay, to enforce. Now first thing we need to know is, in case if a monument is designated as centrally protected monument, okay, so what will be the benefits? Means it will be recognized as nationally important monument. Okay, so these things means whenever it is designed or designated as nationally important monument, means automatically it will come under Archaeological Survey of India okay, purview. So they have to take some measures to conserve it, and they have to take some protection measures. And second thing is, to be listed as centrally protected monument, it should have a history of more than 100 years, at least 100 years old it should be there. Then only it can be recognized as centrally protected monument by ASI. Then third condition is, this can be with respect to temples, it can be stepwells. Sometimes we'll see, Ranika Vav, which is a which you find on common currency notes also. Which currency note you will find this Ranika Vav? Try to answer in the comment section. It is from Gujarat. That is also a stepwell. Okay. Then we have inscriptions. Then we have forts. Okay, or palaces we have, or even rock cut caves, Badami caves we have. No, in the recent times, one of the caves. Okay, so they were recognized as first geo-heritage site from Telangana. So what is the, try to answer in the comment section. Like this, it can be of any type. So if they met these three criteria, like it should be of national importance, and if it is having 100 years more than history, and if it is belonging to these categories. So if they belong to any of these three criteria, then then it can be designated as centrally protected monuments by ASI. So now we'll understand what is the meaning of delisting of monuments. Now we'll understand what is the meaning of delisting. Delisting means, here you can see these are the monuments which are specified by ASI that they are going to delist them. So you can read here, a medieval highway, okay, milestone recorded as Cost Minar number 13 at the Mujesar village in Haryana. This is going to be delisted. Along with we have Barakamba cemetery in Delhi. Cemetery means a place where the dead people will be buried. And we have Ganner Barkil's tomb in Jhansi district. This is, I think, in UP. I'm not sure about it. And then cemetery of Gaud in Lucknow, Gaugat you have. And we have Telia Nala Buddhist ruins in Varanasi. So these things are getting delisted along with 13 other monuments. Why? Because now their precise location is not known where they are located. They may be buried. Okay, so if you see, most of the times these excavations are interesting. No, the historians or archaeologists, they will be finding right from the ground. If they dig, also sometimes the coins or some remnants of these inscriptions or stones or idols, all these things will be coming out. Okay, so because of time, so erosional forces will be acting. No, so they may be eroded, or they may be you can say they may be buried deep into the history. Okay, so that is why now, as their physical location is not known, all these are getting delisted. So we'll understand what is the meaning of the word delisting. Delisting means now they're removing them from the specific monuments list which is maintained by Archaeological Survey, that they're not going to be any more protected monuments. So this is the first thing. In case if they're not being registered or being not maintained as protected monuments, then what will be the impact of these things? Means first thing is, they will not come under, no more under ASI purview, you can say. Means Archaeological Survey will not supervise, or it will not monitor these monuments anymore. So this is the first impact of this delisting. Second thing is, they don't receive any special attention for protection also. They don't receive any special attention also from Archaeological Survey of India in terms of protection and conservation. Okay, so they'll not allocate any money and to try to revive or to maintain them. Okay, so then most important thing is, in case if you have remembered, in the previous times also we have this so much in news, archaeological monuments surrounding around within 500 meters zone, you should not allow any constructions to happen. So this is one of the limitation there with respect to archaeological monuments, because if you construct within 500-kilometer radius or 500-meter radius, so then what happens, that may weaken this monument, because they're remnant and they're old monuments, no? So if you dig deep and if the modern construction takes place, okay, so they may hurt or they may destroy these monuments. That is why no construction zone will be maintained by archaeological survey in the important places. So now, as that delisted, such no construction zone will not be applied there. That means construction activities can take place now in the delisted monuments around surrounding and all these things. Now, what is the process of delisting? How they will be delisting is, first gazette notification will be issued by whom? Central government. Okay, central government will be issuing a gazette notification according to section 35 of this. Archaeological monuments, ancient monuments and archaeological sites remains at 1958 we have no. According to that, section 35 is giving the powers to the central government to issue a notification of delisting. After issuing of notification, within 2 months of that notification, they have to ask the public opinion if they have any public objections, because most of the times history is associated with sentiments, no? So different sections will have attachments and emotional connect with their native things or religious things or the areas which they belong to. So in this way, it should not hurt any public, or it should not violate any public objections. Okay, so that is why they'll put into the public domain, and within 2 months of notification, they'll ask the public opinion. So if there is any objection, they'll try to delist or they stop the delisting process and all. So this is a process involved. Now we'll know about Archaeological Survey of India in detail. So this is a premier organization. For most important thing you have to remember is, this is under Ministry of Culture. Most of the people will get confused with Ministry of Tourism. It is not tourism but Ministry of Culture. Okay. Second most thing is, it is a research organization as well as institution which is even enabling the protection of cultural heritage in India, because it is very much important to protect our cultural heritage, no? And it is one of the fundamental duty of every Indian citizen also. This is what you have to remember. Then when was it established? Means 1861, as I told you. If you know the Director General, first Director General of Archaeological Survey of India, answer in the comment section. But before that, before it is 1861 itself, if you have remembered, in 1784, in modern Indian history, if you have remembered, Sir William Jones, he founded Asiatic Society in Bengal. Asiatic Society of Bengal. So this was the first, you can say, first act or first step, you can say, in which we try to protect the archaeological monuments and all. Subsequently, in 1861, it got a formal approval and it was established as a separate organization. So this is one you need to know. Then around 3,500 monuments are protected by ASI across the country. Then we'll know what are the functions of ASI. So it is a custodian of all centrally protected monuments now. So all these monuments, out of these monuments only, now 18 monuments are getting delisted. Then it also maintains ancient monuments, archaeological sites. That is the name of that also. No? Ancient Monuments, Archaeological Sites Remains Act we have. Okay, this is in 1958. So this is one main thing. It regulates all archaeological activities, and also with respect to this act, it has provisions along with Antiquities and Art Treasure Act of 1972. Then we have Ancient Monuments. Same act got amended in 2010. So with respect to this amended act also, it is having powers to enforce it. So the interesting thing we need to know is, ASI is not only conserving the cultural heritage monuments in India, but it is also playing an important role in conserving some projects or historical monuments in foreign countries. For example, Banyan Buddha in Afghanistan. So what is the speciality of this Banyan Buddha? If you know, try to answer in the comment section. And then we have Ta Prohm or Pray Vihir temples in Cambodia. This is nothing but Viharas type of thing only. It is associated with Buddhists. Okay, so this is one main thing you need to remember. Then Meissen group of temples in Vietnam. Then Friday Mosque in Maldives. With respect to these, also Archaeological Survey of India is conserving these outside Indian territory. So second most important thing is, more than 3,500 I told you, no. So around 3,693 centrally protected monuments are getting protected by ASI across India. And which is a state having most highest number of protected monuments means Uttar Pradesh with 743, followed by Tamil Nadu with 412. Do remember these things. And what is untraceable monument? As I told you in the beginning, untraceable means if the physical location of the monument cannot. So untraceable monuments means if the physical location of these monuments is not known or you are unable to trace it back, then we can call it as untraceable monuments. So with respect to these also delisting will happen. So what is the prelims question given for practice yesterday is with respect to International Labour Organization Conventions 138 and 182 are related to. So this was already asked in UPSC. So when we have signed and ratified these conventions, immediately in 2016 they have asked this question. So if I'm not wrong. So this is associated with child labor. So you have to remember these conventions if they're notifying, sorry, if India is ratifying any convention, it will have a lot of importance in your examination. Then what is the question given today? Who was the first director of Archaeological Survey of India? This is what the question I asked. Try to answer from the comments. Options given in the comment section. Then what is the mains question? How did the existing architecture in India evolve with arrival of Islamic rule in India? Means what are the new things or new features that Islamic rule made into India? Okay, so you have to prescribe the features and you have to make how distinct they became in the medieval periods. Okay, so this is what you have to answer in the mains question. As we have reached to the end of the video, today we have discussed about what is the role of Archaeological Survey of India in delisting the monuments, and we have seen about ASI, what will be the impact of this and what is the process of delisting. These are the aspects which we have discussed in today's video. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.